Hey everybody, it's Gabe, and this is part 3 for our intro to lead guitar. So we're going to be talking about bends and vibrato. So let's get tuned up and we'll get started. So with our minor pentatonic scale, the best places to do bends is on the first 3 strings. And where we're going to do this is the highest note on those strings, we're going to be bending a whole step. So for example, if I'm on the 3rd string, I'm at the 7th fret right here with my 3rd finger. I'm going to bend it so that it sounds like 9. So that's a full step bend. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my thumb to the top. It's going to help me sort of hook and use that as leverage. I'm going to keep my 3rd finger on the note that I'm bending from, so the 7th fret. I'm going to take my middle finger and kind of put them together. Imagine like you're tying them together or taping them together, and just put them as close together as you can. And this will help you give a little bit more strength, so that when you actually try and push the note up, you can actually get it up to the pitch that you need it to be. So here's the note that I'm bending from. Here's the note I'm trying to get to. So I'm going to go back and make sure that I hit that pitch exactly. Right? Let me do it one more time. So here's the note I'm bending from, 7. I'm going to make it sound like 9. Okay, so it takes a little bit of practice to get this happening consistently, where you're bending the note in tune every time. So you can do this on the 3rd string. You can do a full step bend. You can do this on the 2nd string. So where it's going to be is the 8th fret. So if our scale, if I'm starting from the middle, so there's the 8th fret. What I'm going to do is use my 3rd finger, because the pinky tends to be pretty weak. So if you put the 3rd finger down, put the middle finger right behind. Again, you're using 2 fingers to kind of help you. Thumb at the top. Then you can push that note so that it sounds a whole step higher. So here it is one more time. I'm playing 8 on the 2nd string, but I want it to sound like 10. So here's the bend. And then the same thing works on the 1st string, same frets also. So 8 wants to sound like 10. Okay, so with bends, since you sort of see just like the basic kind of going up sort of a thing, there's different ways that you can execute this. One is to start with the note and pick it, and then raise the pitch. So you can also do this where you do it instantly. So what I'm going to do is play the note and bend it immediately. So here's a little more gradual. So you play the note, and then you push it up, or you can do it instantly. Okay, you can also do, instead of just bending it straight up, you can do what's called a release, where you would push the note up and then release the note down. So here's that. I'm on the 3rd string again, so I'm going to push it up, and you hear it come back down. You hear the release come back down. So here it is one more time. Okay, you can also, instead of just bending it straight up, is start with it up and then pick it at the top of the bend and release it down. So what that's going to sound like is I'm going to push it all the way up and let it come back down. So this is what's called a pre-bend. You're pushing it up, picking, and then releasing it down. So you can do a combination of these. You might do a pre-bend with a release, and then you push it back up. So here's that again. You might push it up, release, and then push it back up again. You might push it up, pre-bend, and then pull it back down. So for that one, I'm picking it, stopping it, and then picking it again as the pre-bend to release it. Right? You might do them consecutively. So bend, release, bend, release. And this is what gets us closer to talking about vibrato. So vibrato, essentially what it is just little bends that you're doing in succession. So I'm not trying to get it up a whole step, not even a half a step. It's kind of a quarter step. So it's the same mechanics as doing a bend. I'm just doing it a little smaller. Right? And for vibrato, you can make it quick. You can make it slow. You can make it what's called wide, where you push it a little bit higher instead of just a quarter step. You maybe get to that half or even full. Right? And so you can also do these at the tops of bends. This is actually probably the hardest technique that you're going to be seeing right now. So it's a bend with vibrato at the top. So I'm pushing the bend all the way up a full step, releasing just a little bit, and then pushing it right back up. Okay, so I'm going to throw on a backing track like I normally do and just kind of demonstrate what you can do with all these techniques that we've been talking about. So bends, hammers, pull-offs, slides, and just our minor pentatonic scale. So here it is. Alright, so hopefully you get the idea with this, and what I want you to try is to get a backing track. Go on YouTube, type in A minor backing track, or type in B flat and just move your scale up, or make it F and move your scale down, wherever it is. And incorporate all the techniques that we've talked about so far. So hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, vibrato, and just put it together in any order you want to. There are no rules about this, so just be really creative about it. Okay, in the next couple lessons, what I'm going to do is start to show you some licks. So what licks are is just taking some of these techniques with the scale and combining them in a very specific order so that you have sort of like some go-to ideas that you can start your solos with. And then the next thing that I'm going to start to show you is the major pentatonic scale. So it's actually really similar to the scale that we've been doing, and I'll show you the trick to that next time. All right, so I will see you. Bye.